Well, hello everybody, hello. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to be in front of the camera talking to you guys again. I'm very excited for this video because in this video I'm really only going to be talking about one band in particular and they're one of my favorite bands out there right now. Definitely one of my favorite bands to collect vinyl from. I have a decent collection of their stuff. And now they have a new record out, and I'm just very, very excited that they have a new album out. So let's get this thing going. The new album I'm talking about is from Porcupine Tree. That album is called Closure Continuation. And there's a new album from Porcupine Tree. They've been away for a while, for some years. And Steven Wilson started a very successful and amazing solo project, or career I should say. And so I thought Porcupine Tree was finished. I kept hearing rumors that they were going to get back together again. And year after year it doesn't happen, so I figured, well then, and then out comes a new Steven Wilson solo record and tour to follow. So I figured Porcupine Tree was done. And now I hear the news that they were recording again. That got me very excited, and then you see the video starting to come out, and now bam, just recently the new record is out. And what a great record this is. Really good record. I actually love every song on this album, this 2-record set album. It does sound like the Porcupine Tree of old mixed in with some modern elements that just make it really cool. At first listen, I was just taking it all in. I didn't really think it was like the best Porcupine Tree record ever or anything like that. I just took it all in and had no opinion. I just wanted to hear it. And now that I've spun this album a couple of times, not a lot, only a couple of times, this is probably one of my favorite Porcupine Tree albums. Not the favorite album, but it's definitely in the top 4. Let's put it that way. I don't know if it sits on the very top, but it's definitely in the top 4 of my favorite Porcupine Tree albums. This one's really good. Really good. And it's just great to have this band back. Really, to be honest with you, it's just so good to have them back. So I'm going to show you what the record looked like. It's a 2-record set, like I said. And this is the insert for record 1, side 1 and 2. And here's the album. I got on black vinyl. There's so many different colored vinyl versions of this album. I just went with plain old black vinyl. I'm very happy with that. I don't have any fancy schmancy box set collection, though it would be cool to have that. I just went with the regular black vinyl, and I love it, to tell you the truth. I absolutely love it. Bizarre artwork, but there usually is with this band when it comes to their records and their albums. So I have, even though this artwork is a little strange, for this band, not so strange. So really, really dig it. I think my favorite, when I was first spinning this record, my favorite song was Harridan. But now that I listen to Rat's Return, I think that's starting to become my favorite song. The video is bizarre as hell, though. I don't really care for the video, but the song is great. After that is the song Dignity that I really, really love. There's a song that closes out all of side 4, which is Shimra's Wreck. Great song. An absolutely great song. It's cool to hear these great drum parts from Gavin Harrison layered with these just dreamy like keyboard sounds. Oh, from Barbieri, that just sound great. It's a good mixture of that. Of course, Steven Wilson playing more bass on this one because the original bass player is not on this album, sadly. So Steven Wilson's picking up the bass on this one. And Steven Wilson's actually a really good bass player. though he's known for his songwriting and his guitar work, and he does good guitar work on this record too, but he's back to playing bass, and he's a good bass player. I like his style. It's different from the original bass player, but very good nonetheless. So, very strong album. It's great to have Porcupine Tree back. I have tickets to see them in concert in San Francisco in September. After hearing this, I bought the tickets some time ago before I even heard this album, so I just sort of bought it on faith. And now I'm extremely excited to be going to that show and get to hear some of these songs, hopefully all of these songs live. Plus, I want to be surprised and see what oldies they throw out there, old Porcupine Tree songs. I'm very tempted to stay away from the internet regarding spoilers of the set list. For once, I would like to go to a show not knowing what they're going to throw at me. Just like the old days, like going to concerts in the 80s and early 90s. So I'm going to make this rare attempt to try to be spoiler-free going to the show, but I doubt that'll happen. I think once I see someone posting the set list, I'll be way too tempted to check it out. But brand new Porcupine Tree album. Oh, it's so good to have him back, and that classic Porcupine Tree sound is in this record, but with some modern stuff too, and modern sounds and vibes. Splendid, absolutely splendid. I wanted to show my Porcupine Tree collection. It is not complete. I don't have every single album that they put out on vinyl, just my favorites. And maybe over the years, maybe I'll get some more. But right now, just showing you the collection that I have so far. Like this one, The Sky Moves Sideways. A record I was actually I haven't listened to this in a while. I was listening to it last night. Well, the first record. This is a 2-record set itself. And I was spinning this one, and it's one of those things I'm having, now that the band is back, I'm starting to like go back into the albums again, because there was a time when I was listening to these albums at an insane rate. I was obsessed with their music. And there's a good picture. Oh, got it wrong side up. Picture of the band there. So I listened to this last night, having not spun it in a while, and I was really impressed how much I love this album. I mean, I loved it when I first bought it, but then after listening to it too many times, you kind of give yourself a break from it. Stars Die is still one of my favorite songs. The 2 phases of The Sky Moves Sideways is really cool and psychedelic. And Dislocated Day is another favorite song too. It was great spinning this again. It made me realize how much I missed it. So, very good album from Porcupine Tree. This was a cool one to get. This is called Recordings. And basically, I think it's the songs that didn't make the cut of Porcupine Tree Records. So it was cool to see this one. Buying New Souls on here, that's a great song. Cure for Optimism's pretty cool. It has the real long version of Even Less. It's great to hear that version of Even Less. Some cool stuff on here. I think this should definitely be one I should spin tonight after I buy myself a couple of pints and get cozy here in the music room. This would be a good one to spin again. Because like I said, it's been a while. It's been a while, and this is a really cool record set for the rarities. If you're into the rarities, this is a cool one to spin. Let me just get this out here. Oh god, it's hard to get these records out. Once they're in there tight. But yeah, really cool stuff. This is a 2-record set. And this is when you know you're a crazy, over-obsessed fan, when you got a record collection, like when you're buying the B-sides all in one collection. That means you really love yourself some Porcupine Tree. Alright, so yeah, Recordings. I would, just the long version of Even Less makes it worth having this collection. Just that alone blew me away about this, because Because I remember the one time I did see the band live, they played the whole long version of Even Less, and shit, that blew me away. So it's nice to have it on a vinyl record. Really cool stuff. Alright, next up. The first Porcupine Tree album I think I got on vinyl, going backwards. For the longest time, this was my favorite Porcupine Tree record. It really was, and probably still is. Lightbulb Sun is one of my favorite listens. When I listen to this one, I usually listen to it in its entirety, from start to finish. It is that good of an album. It's always been. Yeah, this is my favorite. It's kind of hard to say because there's so many of these albums that I like. Try to pick one and say that's the best one, but I mean, for me personally, my taste, it probably is. This is probably the best one. I absolutely adore this album. I even have it on a surround sound audio disc. It sounds so incredible on surround sound, as a lot of albums do, but oh my god, this one sounds great on that. So many great songs from this one. I mean, the title track is great. Rush on Ice is always my favorite one to listen to, especially the crazy jam at the end of it, Last Chance to Evacuate Planet Earth. Oh my gosh. Before it gets recycled, I keep forgetting that part. She's Moved On is great. The Rest Will Flow, one of the rare sounding happy songs, or at least it sounds like a happy song. The Rest Will Flow. Hate Song, great on here. There's just so many good songs on here. Plus Side 4 has some songs that didn't make the cut, or the CD cut, Disappear, Buying New Soul, and Cure for Optimism on here as well as on recordings. But one of my favorite records from this band. It's a good place to start if you're wondering where to start with Porcupine Tree. It's not where I started, but I wish I had. And I think this one's called Insignia. Oh, I keep saying Insignia. It's Signify. I don't know why I keep screwing the name of this record up. I have to admit, even though this is a great record, and there's many, many fantastic songs on it, this is one I don't listen to that much. I don't know if I just need to be in the mood or whatever it is, because this is a great album, and I recommend it. But for some reason, it's not one I listen to all that much, but it's great. The song Signify is fantastic. Sleep of No Dreaming, especially live version of that song, is really good. Oh my god. Waiting Phase 1 and 2 is fantastic. Sever is a great song. Oh man, I love this album. It's a great album. Shame on me for not listening to it enough. I need to remedy that problem. It's like the best album I hardly play, and that's a shame. That is a shame, but there we go. And here, I'll show you the other. It's a 2-record set, but I'll just show you the label on the first one. That way I'm not over here blabbing. This video's not an hour long. But oh my god, do I love this album. I loved it so much I almost forgot the name of it. That's how much I love it. I do love this album. I just wish I would listen to it more. It's a great album. It's a great album. You know what I really love about Porcupine Tree collecting their vinyls? The care they put into the artwork and the packaging. They don't just slap something together. They really put out some artwork. It feels like you're buying a piece of art. So that's what I love about their records and their vinyl releases. Good stuff. And Stupid Dream, really good one too. God, see, I don't know which one I like, Lightbulb Sun or this one more. I would say Lightbulb Sun because that record's automatic for me. I almost have to be in the mood to listen to this one. As brilliant as it is, it seems like I have to be in the mood for it. Where Lightbulb Sun, it doesn't matter what mood I'm in, I can just throw it on and be in heaven. But this is a fantastic record too. I really love this album. And it should get more play in this music room than it does, sadly. This is Signify. Need to put in some time on the turntable, and I need to put in some time sitting in front of the speakers listening to it. But this is a fantastic. I also have this one on a surround sound disc, and that sounds incredible too. So, Stupid Dream, really good stuff. I'll try to keep it moving here. Now, this is where I started with Porcupine Tree. I think a lot of people did too. In Absentia is the first album I bought from Porcupine Tree. This is where I started. But I didn't start on vinyl. I kept hearing in like prog music forums online, people throwing the name Porcupine Tree and loving the band. And at that time, I never heard of them. I didn't know who or what they were talking about. And then I bought a Modern Drummer magazine because it featured Neil Peart on the cover. And there was an interview with Neil Peart, and I was reading it. And then even he mentioned Porcupine Tree and how much he loves the drumming of Gavin Harrison. So I thought, okay, if Neil Peart's on board with this band, maybe I should give it a try. So one day I went to my local Best Buy, and I went in their CD section, back when they had a CD section. And actually, this was the only Porcupine Tree album they had on CD. It was the only one they had. So I said, oh, on faith, a blind buy, I decided just to get it. Paid for it, took it out of the wrapping, took it to my car, took it out of the wrapping, put it in the car stereo, and drove around aimlessly while I was listening to it. Blackest Eyes, of course, is the opening track, so that was my first Porcupine Tree song I've ever heard. And I was instantly hooked on that song. It had that real heavy beginning, and then when it goes to the verse, the piano part, I thought I was hooked at that point. I was like, okay, this is going to be a band I can get into. After just that one moment, I thought I can get into this band. No problem. And let's just say I've been hooked ever since. Hooked ever since. And this is a monster of an album. A lot of people in the VC have this record, so I won't go over the songs, because I think a lot of people are well aware of what's on this album. This album is a killer, and I've actually introduced this album to a lot of the guys in my band, and they're more into punk music, mostly punk, and they listened to this and they were hooked too. So that's not bad, and you can hook punk musicians. So, because it's a record that really impressed them. Really impressed them. This is the first album, Porcupine Tree album, I bought the day it was released. The day it came out, I bought it on CD, and I became a die-hard fan after that. Deadwing is the album. And it would be years later until I would get it on vinyl. I actually saw this in a shop in not Hollywood, but in LA. But they had an original pressing, and they wanted like $130 for it. This is like 7 years ago or so. And that was a little too rich for my blood. Thank God it got reissued, and this is the reissue of it. But I had it on CD the day it came out, and it instantly hooked me, and I've been a die-hard fan ever since. I wish I saw them on this tour, but unfortunately I didn't. I always love this picture right here in the insert. Isn't that gorgeous? There's the back. This is the insert for record 1, and it's on clear vinyl. Really nice. I'm so glad that they reissued this, because it's nice to have this on vinyl. I really love having this on vinyl. Oh, I still can't get over when I saw that copy in the record store in Los Angeles, and how much they wanted for it. It was insane. I was so close to just saying, screw it, I'm buying it anyway. I don't care how expensive it is, but I had to face facts. I can't afford to just drop $130 on one album. At least back then I couldn't. Now I could kind of see myself doing it in a way, but back then definitely not. So I just left it on the shelf and bought other things. And I probably regret it. But this is a fantastic album. Very popular VC album, I'm sure. But I'll just say my favorite song on here is Lazarus. Lazarus is a great song. I've always loved that song. Arriving Somewhere But Not Here, and It Started Something Beautiful are probably my favorite songs on this record. Fantastic album. Just fantastic. And this is the album that made them legends to me. If they weren't legends already, Fear of a Blank Planet made them legends to me. Oh, what a good record this is. What a very, very good record this is. Again, bought it on CD the day it came out. Didn't get it on vinyl the day it came out. This is a reissue. And thank God for reissues. Because I wanted this on vinyl. Ever since I joined the VC, I thought this would be a great album to have on vinyl. And thank God for reissues. Because now I have it. And it's on blue vinyl, which actually looks real pretty. With the labels. Just a gorgeous looking album. And it sounds absolutely amazing. Absolutely. The music on here is... Oh, God, is it good. God, is it good. Absolutely. This is a 2-record set, but I'll just show you one. They all... Even though the labels are different, it's just a blue album. But the music on here is absolutely stellar. And it's pretty much a concept record. And I absolutely adore this album. I wish I'd seen them live on this tour. I was in a band at the time, and I think they came to San Francisco, and the band I was in had one of its biggest gigs, so I couldn't go, and I was so mad, because I would have rather just canceled our big gig and just went to this concert, but it was a gig that was important to the band, so I guess I couldn't miss it, so I had to make the sacrifice. But oh well, that was from a long time ago. Next up is Nil Recurring, and these are basically the songs that didn't make the Blank Planet album, and the whole thing is good, but Cheating the Polygraph, that is my favorite, without a doubt. Cheating the Polygraph is an amazing freaking song. Amazing. It is like one of my favorite Porcupine Tree songs, whether it was on an official album or not. Cheating the Polygraph is just fantastic. And some good photos. And it's on clear vinyl. So very cool. Yeah, definitely look that song up, since it's not really on an official album. But all these songs are fucking fantastic. But Cheating the Polygraph, my God, that's a great song. That is a great song. I looked that one up on YouTube here. There's also a really good live version on there of that song that just sounds so sweet. Band plays so good. They sound so amazing. In fact, I might look it up when I'm done here. I might do a lot of things with these Porcupine Tree records when I'm done here. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of their album spinning tonight. This is the album and tour that I did see the band live, finally, after missing them so many times. The Incident. Great record. I do love this record. Unfortunately, this is where the band stopped. They went on this tour. I saw them in San Francisco. It was a fantastic show. And I had a great time. Because it felt good to finally see this band live. And unfortunately, they stopped making records and they stopped touring as Porcupine Tree after this whole campaign here. But at least I got to see them. And I'm going to be seeing them again for the second time very, very soon. So, can't wait. Fantastic. Time flies on this album. Is great. I love the closing song, I Drive the Hearse. Really good. Really good. The Seance and Circle of Maniacs. That's fantastic. Some good songs on here. I'm kind of sad that the band I don't want to say called it quits, but they went on this really long hiatus after this album. I guess they were feeling a burnout and just needed to do outside projects just to get over that burnt out feeling. And it went for a long time, I think 12 years, I believe, till they would look at this picture. That is cool. Yeah, I think it was 12 years. I can't believe it's been that long. And this was the album that they stopped on. And it's a good album. It's probably not my favorite Porcupine Tree album, because if you listen to it a few times, it does start to get a little stale on you, even though there's some fantastic music on it. This one's kind of hard to sit through in its entirety. You kind of have to hunt and peck your favorite songs. But regardless, still a great record. This band's not even capable of putting out a bad album. So really happy I got this pressing for the Incident. It's a fantastic album. Okay, and this one, very interesting. This is called Pure Narcotic. And these are live recordings from that Incident tour, their last tour before they went on their very long 12-year hiatus. And what this is a collection of acoustic songs. Oh no, they're not live recordings. These are studio recordings of their some of their songs, but done acoustically. And Futile's on here, Pure Narcotic, just to give you an idea. It's an EP, there's only like 5 songs on it. But it's really cool to hear these songs done acoustically. I think the last part of the Incident tour, I think they did a short set acoustically, and these were some of the songs that they did. Took a brief intermission, I guess, and then came on in full electric, amps, big guitars and drums and blah blah blah. But it was cool that they did an acoustic set, and they recorded some of those songs to kind of get ready for that. And these are these recordings, so it's cool to have. I've spun this a few times. I do enjoy it. It's on this light blue vinyl, really nice. Good stuff. It's like I said, it's great to hear these songs acoustically. Just to let you know how great of a band they were. God, they were a good band. You know, I've only seen them live one time, and I've seen Steven Wilson solo live about a good 4 times, maybe 5, I think, but definitely 4. And it just made me realize, you know, I don't really know much. No personal experience of seeing the band live. Alright, now we're going to get into some live recordings of the Tree. Porcupine Tree, if I can just get this record out. And Coma Divine is this one. This is the kind of early years of Porcupine Tree. I think there was 1, 2, 3 record set of this. And I love the artwork on here. It's beautiful artwork. 3 record set. It's fantastic. I showed this before, so I'll just leave it in the package because there's like 3 records to go through, and I want to keep I'm already going too long as it is. But an amazing live record, and again, live recordings of Signify, Waiting Phase 1 and 2, Side Move Sideways, It's Okay Today, Up the Downstairs on here. Radioactive Toy is on here. Just a gorgeous, that's just to name a few, a gorgeous live set from Porcupine Tree. I love this. Absolutely love that. I bought that in the Best Day. Here's the live album set that most people are really after. Anesthetize live in Tilburg, October 2008. So this is, as far as live Porcupine Tree vinyl albums, this is probably the one everyone's after. For good reason. It's a fantastic collection. 4 record set. It has Fear of a Blank Planet in its entirety live, and some older songs like Dark Matter and Cheating the Polygraph is on here. Live version of that sounds fantastic. Wedding Nails, Strip the Souls on here. Sleep of No Dreaming, Halo. Just to name a few. A great great live box set. The box set, 4-record box set. It's fantastic. Again, like the other one, I'm not going to take it out because I'll spend too much time on this, and this will be a long video. I even have the video companion piece to this. It's a Blu-ray, DVD, and the whole concert on, I believe, 2 or 3 CDs, and it's in a hardcover book, a book of great live photographs. This one also includes a small book of live photographs that look great too. Really good collection. If you ever see this online or in your record store, snatch it up. You will not regret it. It'll probably cost you a lot, but you'll know where that money's. You'll know that money's been well spent once you start spinning it. The last live record. This one's very rare. I'm glad I jumped on this one immediately when I saw the announcement that it was going to be released. This is Porcupine Tree live at the House of Blues, Los Angeles, 2000, I guess, 3. I need my glasses for it. I mean, they got all that space, and they look at that tiny writing, and you got all that space to print. God dang it. Okay. Yeah, I was right. 2003. How about that? This is when they went on tour with Opeth. And they did a tour with Opeth. On this particular night, Porcupine Tree was the opener. Opeth was the headliner. And this is the live recording of that concert, Porcupine Tree's opening set. And this is a fantastic live record. Absolutely fantastic. It's on blue vinyl. It sounds amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Blackest Eyes, She's Dreamed On, Gravity Eyelids, Futile, Even Less, A Slave Called Shiver, A Slave Called Shiver, Waiting, Hate Song, Rush on Ice, Moon Touches Your Shoulder, Strip the Soul, Wedding Nails, 2-record set, absolutely badass. Yeah, so when this was first announced, I immediately jumped on it and pre-ordered it. And I'm glad I did because it sold out fast. It sold out really quick. And I don't think there's been a repressing of this at all. So if you have it, you have something very rare. Like I said, I don't have a complete Dream Theater vinyl collection, but the pieces I do have, I absolutely love. Alright, that's going to do it. I just got real excited. Porcupine Tree released a new album. I wanted to go the extra 10 miles and show my Porcupine Tree vinyl. We didn't even get into Steven Wilson's solo stuff, but maybe some other time. Who knows? Alright, that's going to do it. Leave me some comments. I know there's got to be some Porcupine Tree fans out there, or some prog rock fans. I've seen a lot of you already show pictures of your album, of the new Porcupine Tree record. Please, in the comments, tell me what you think of the new album. Do you love the new album? Do you think it's or are you excited like me because they're back and they came back strong with a great record? Let me know what your feelings are or your thoughts. I really, really want to know. Alright, that's going to do it. Porcupine Tree is back. I'm a happy boy. See you at the next video.